Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Huber begins now.
Good evening, thanks for joining us. The family of missing teenager Cheyenne Lee Tatnall has emotionally fronted a vigil in Launceston. Her loved ones sharing heart-wrenching tributes to the 14-year-old as they continue their desperate search to find her.
A mother overcome with emotion.
Since the day Cheyenne went missing, a piece of me went with her.
Blown away by the support shown to her missing daughter, an outpouring of love laying bare 5 weeks of unimaginable heartbreak and despair.
This is a parent's worst nightmare and I'm currently living it.
Cheyenne Lee Tatnall was last seen in Launceston's Henry Street area on April 30. The 14-year-old disappearing without a trace, not seen or heard from since. Her mother now finding ways to get through each day as Cheyenne's family desperately clutch onto hope.
I have written some letters to Cheyenne as this helps me cope. I pray every night for her return to me and her family.
Donning a teal symbol of love, paying homage to Cheyenne's favourite colour, the 100-strong crowd all united as one. From loved ones to strangers, the caring neighbourhood showing her family they aren't alone.
It's so much bigger than just me, it's so much bigger than all of us. We know somebody, either Cheyenne's age, sister, cousin, niece, daughter.
We can't thank people enough for all the help, for their support, for their messages of love.
Today's vigil expressing the Tasmanian community's continued support and involvement in the ongoing search.
Everybody wants to try and do something. It's your worst nightmare, it's the not knowing, and that's the part I don't think anybody can shake.
Police are continuing to investigate Cheyenne's disappearance, trying to piece together a mystery that has gripped the entire state. They are still awaiting forensic testing results, hopeful it can lead to some answers. Desperate to bring their little girl home.
Cheyenne, we love you so much and we want you to come home so that we can have you back in our arms forever.
Victoria Easto, 7 Tasmania News.
A 45-year-old man was taken to hospital in a critical condition after allegedly being stabbed in the chest just before midnight at Rokeby. A 29-year-old woman was due to face court today. The woman was arrested at the scene. Tasmania Police confirmed the pair was known to each other. The former Bell Bay Power Station has new owners with an ambitious plan to reinvent the site to develop green fuel. The $1 billion proposal is being touted as a game changer, but the opposition has questioned whether a clean and green industrial site can be achieved.
Ready, willing and nearly able to go. Ownership of the Bell Bay Power Station is changing hands in a bid to up the production of green fuel.
In our assessment, one of the great sites worldwide for producing the sort of project that we want to build.
They have a potential future that, when they were decommissioned in 2009, we wouldn't have necessarily anticipated. So it's quite exciting.
Once powered by oil, the $1.2 billion plan for the site aims to reduce our dependence on it. Able Energy looking to build a green methanol production plant. Carbon and items from the biosphere, such as tree trunks and branches, are converted to make a synthesis gas before being combined with green hydrogen.
And you combine those two gases and nature gives us a gift, which is it gives us two liquids. One of them is methanol, the other is water.
Leaving little emissions, it can be used as a feedstock or as a renewable fuel. Looking to produce 300,000 tonnes a year, the company says it's already receiving inquiries.
In the shipping industry, because they have literally got more than 100 new ships on order, all proposing to run on green methanol.
Well, we have a big vision in Tasmania and that's exactly what we're doing, and that's vindicated today.
There's still work to be done before the vision becomes reality. Engineering assessments are underway, with a final investment decision not to be made until next year. Labor, meanwhile, wants answers on how this, along with plans for a hydrogen hub, will have access to electricity and water.
They're key elements to produce green hydrogen. So we've seen another announcement today, but there's no practical steps on how they will deliver it.
We are having good relationships and ongoing discussions, and we look forward to further positive discussions.
Those discussions powering the future. John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
The Tasmanian Labor Party has proposed $1 million plan to boost learning opportunities for students across the state. The Excursion Fund comes under its Right Priorities plan and would cover some excursion costs while making it easier for parents to access childcare and training.
That's extra money for schools to provide more learning experiences in the community, and it also means that costs for parents will remain low because they won't have to ask parents for contributions like they do right now.
I'm studying from home at the moment and we're only on one income, so it would be helpful for us to have any help with schooling and excursions.
The state government says it's already providing those support services and dedicated funding for Tassie students from low to moderate family income backgrounds. The University of Tasmania has claimed its spot on the international stage, now ranked 5th in the world against the United Nations Sustainable Goals. Many students continue to lead the charge against climate change.
A major environmental accolade for Tasmania's only university.
Any university that's taking its role around sustainability seriously is now participating in this ranking.
The University of Tasmania is now 5th in the world for its performance against 17 Sustainable Development Goals, going up against 1,500 universities from 110 different countries. And the list goes on, also securing the top gong for its climate action goal, something PhD student Ben's been investigating.
The storms we face get larger, the damage from those weather events get larger, the patterns for farmers and for other industries change. And so I think having really specific research, whether that be about heat stress or agricultural patterns or whatever it is, it makes that tangible and something that people can act on.
The uni also claiming 3rd spot for its Life Below Water aim, looking at the connection between the Apple Isle and our marine environments.
In a Tasmanian point of view, you can think of the sustainability of the fisheries. So are they viable and will they be viable into the future? Looking at marine environments, are they healthy, are they thriving?
UTAS has also been carbon neutral since 2016 in an effort to reduce its gross carbon emissions by at least 50% come 2030. But there's no time to rest as our state continues to lead the world forward in the fight against climate change.
We've got the researchers, we've got the future leaders right there being educated and learning about these things. They're the ones that are going to go out and become practitioners and make the changes that we need to see.
Ruby Cairns, 7 Tasmania News.
Preparations are well underway for the upcoming Dark Mofo Festival. While the past few weeks are usually the quietest on the state's tourism calendar, visitor numbers are beginning to pick up pace.
It's one of our busiest months simply because of this festival. The flow-on effect is amazing. It fills up hotels, it gets the community out and celebrating our winter, and it's both a community benefit but a really incredible industry benefit as well.
Almost 72,000 tickets were sold for Dark Mofo events last year, with similar numbers expected again. Hundreds have turned out for an event celebrating Hobart's business community and the products they offer. More than 70 businesses were on display at To the North Market in Moona. From food and drink to fashion and music, a variety of stallholders were on display. The non-for-profit event has been running since 2021. In the Women's Super League, Clarence remained 4th on the ladder after a 3-2 win over Kingborough Lions. 2 goals in 7 minutes had the Zebras on top in the first half, but strikes just before and just after half-time had the Lions back in the game before conceding again. Elsewhere, South Hobart and Launceston played out a scoreless draw in their top-of-the-table clash. And in the NPL last night, Devonport thumped Launceston United 4-0, while this stunning last-minute free kick helped Glenorchy to a 1-0 win over Launceston City. In the NBL 1, it was another night of mixed results for our Tasmanian sides. Northwest Thunder, Launceston and the Chargers women's side all recorded losses, while the Hobart Chargers men's side kept their finals hopes alive with a win over Ringwood.
3 losses on the trot had the men of Hobart locked in a logjam for a playoff spot. After a slow start, the Chargers worked their way back into the contest.
Richards inside the Griffiths on the backdoor play. Griffiths, nice move inside.
Down by 1 at the first break, they took control in the second with a 31-point to 21 quarter. Ringwood, however, weren't giving in.
Sturt fires from there. A veteran at 37 years of age.
Sam McDaniel was firing for Hobart on his way to collecting 26 points for the game. The Chargers outscoring the Hawks in the final term, recording a vital 93-80 win. In the women's game, a 12-5 start had Ringwood in control early on. Hobart working themselves back into the match with Corey Coleman starring.
Coleman takes contact on the 3, knocks that one down. She's finding a groove now.
Her 29 points not enough in a seesawing contest, the Hawks having all the answers. It went to the wire, but Ringwood eventually prevailed 80-78. In the north, a strong first half put Frankston in pole position against the Thunder.
13 in total over his last 2. Oh, Lockie Barker, lovely slash to the basket.
Frankston anything but blue, holding off multiple comebacks from the Thunder. The Blues 2 from 2 in Tasmania, winning 76-69. And Launceston's stuttering year has continued, losing to Frankston. Chloe Bibby starring for the visitors, scoring a game-high 35 points.
Frankston, although they go quickly now to Bibby, who makes 2. Draws the extra.
John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
And finally in sport, one of the JackJumpers Foundation players has announced he's hanging up the boots. Vice-captain Jared Weeks is retiring after an 11-year, 254-game NBL career. Known to fans as Agent 97, he was the 4th player to sign on and is one of 3 JackJumpers to have played in all of their playoff matches. Weeks is expected to remain connected to the team once he finishes playing in the New Zealand NBL competition.
Good evening. 14 across Launceston and Devonport today. Burnie 13, 11 in Hobart. 16 was the state's top in King Island, 14 across Smithton and Lowhead, and 12 in Strawn. Patchy low-level cloud over northern parts of the state today with clear skies elsewhere. Further out, a low to high level cloud band sits just over the southwest of WA, while thunderstorms are seen embedded in the cloud band over South Australia. Tomorrow shows a high just to the east of Tasmania, and an associated ridge is extending up the eastern coast of the mainland to northern Queensland. Northeasterly winds tomorrow 10 to 20 knots, swells up to 2.5 metres in the west and south and up to 1 metre in the north. A strong wind warning is current for the far northwest coast, Flinders Island, the east coast and west coast. Tomorrow's forecast now: Hobart and Dover, mostly sunny, morning frost and partly cloudy in Ouse. In the north, Launceston 15, cloudy in Devonport, Scottsdale 14. Burnie tomorrow, a possible shower, 15 in Strawn, windy and partly cloudy in Stanley. St Helens, a possible late shower, cloudy in Swansea and a frosty start in Ross, then continuing into a partly cloudy day. Looking ahead to the 3-day forecast now: Tuesday, showers about the north and upper east coast. Wednesday, showers about the northwest, extending statewide in the afternoon. And Thursday, showers contracting to the west in the evening. Capital cities, showers becoming windy in Perth tomorrow. Adelaide, a shower or 2, and 31 in Darwin. And currently Hobart 8 and clear, Launceston mostly clear, and Devonport 9 and mostly clear. And it's looking like the rain is setting in for the week, Lou.
That's all your news for this Sunday evening. Thank you for joining us. Kim and the team will be with you tomorrow. Have a lovely and safe evening. Good night.